Hello folks, and welcome to this new video. In this video I'll be showing you how you can make your own WordPress website, and you can host your own WordPress website on AWS. We'll be using two services of AWS. One would be Amazon Relational Database Service, which is a managed service for databases, and one would be the EC2 instances to set up our WordPress front end. So in there also, in EC2 also, you can directly use the WordPress AMIs, but I won't be doing it. I would be installing the WordPress and then deploying it. So if you want to develop your own version or flavor of WordPress, you can do it. And even if you want to do some research works on how WordPress works, or some testing on it, you can use this to do it. You can even deploy your own WordPress website using this. So let's get started. For this I'll be first deploying the RDS database, because it takes some time to come up. If I tell you that, it would be taking much more time than just we are setting the WordPress, right? So you have to log into the AWS portal and search RDS. You would be landed to this page, and then we need to go to create database, and I'll show you how we can do it. So yeah, create database, you will be landed to this page. As I told you, if you create that, if you would have clicked that button, you will be landed on the same page. So here there are two options, standard and easy. In easy you don't get much options to customize your database, but if you go to standard node, you can do some little bit of tweaking of the database instance. So we'll be selecting MySQL, and we'll be selecting 5.7.33. Now we'll be using the WordPress latest mm, latest version of WordPress. So it has some different compatibility with MySQL and PHP version. So we'll check which version it supports, the new one. So it is greater than 5.6, and it is PHP version 7.4. So it is, if you are using MariaDB, it would be version 10.1 or greater. So this is a basic information we need, otherwise it will fail. So we have used 5.7.33. We will be using free tier. If you want to do some more testing, and if you want to use it as a production server, then you can choose it and do it, because it will provide some extra facility for choosing the instance you want to launch on, and some more extra things. So let's go further. You can change this name. Let's say it's WordPress database front. Let's say it is just a name, but keep in mind you need to remember this name, the username, the password you give. I will be giving, let's say, Shubham Red Hat. Obviously I'll be deleting this instance at the time you are watching this video, so that's not an issue to show the password. So tell the password, because you will be seeing the password in my further configurations while setting up the WordPress, so it's fine. Give it 30 GB, it is fine. Then leave everything by default, and come here and choose a security group. You can allow 80, 80, 80 and SSH, but right now I am allowing all. It's not an issue. Then let's select the zone 1A, because we will be launching an instance then in 1A. Then additional configuration will show you the port number, that is by default 3306 for MySQL, will be password based authentication. Now this is very important additional configuration. This will be needed while we are creating, when we will launch the WordPress, and it needs to connect back to the MySQL database. So here we'll create one database. Let's say it would be WordPress database. This name is very important. If you can remember, then it's fine, or copy it somewhere, because it is necessary. Okay, I'll be copying it here, that's fine. You can even choose monitoring or log. If you choose log, then it would be on the CloudWatch, or monitoring, then it will give you some more insights about how the database is being used. Leave everything by default and create the database. So it would take some time. It would first create, then it would create a backup, and then it would be up. So until then, let's start with the front end. So we will be using Amazon Linux 2. If you want to use the image of WordPress, which is available by default in the marketplace, you can use this, the Bitnami image. It is very easy to do. Is you just have to launch it, that's it. You don't have to do anything else. But we will be doing it from scratch. We will be setting it by ourselves. What is happening? Just a minute. Yeah, we'll be selecting this because this is very important to know how internally that particular service or a program is working, and if you know that, you can tweak it in your way. So this is very important to know. Like right now I'll be using the default as 1, as we have selected that in the RDS. This is just so that they can connect easily. Otherwise we need to do peering or set the security groups and extra things. Give it the 30 GB mark. It is fine. Let's say it is our front end. Let's say front end. Okay, security group. Right now I'm just allowing all, but you can allow 80 80 80 and even SSH, because we will be logging in into it and then configuring it. Yeah, so let us wait to come up to it be in started mode or running mode. Let us see if it is created. No, it is still creating, so the backup is still left. Yeah, it is in running state, right? So we can even we can remote log in it using putty, or Amazon Linux 2 has a very good facility for the web UI. You can directly connect to the web through the web, sorry. So it will give you a web shell here itself. You can even make it. You can use shell in a box, and it would provide a web-based shell of your system. So first of all, we will be the root user, because we need to install some packages and configure it. So we will first of all install our web hosting program, or let's say web server, which would help us host our website, because it is necessary. We will use Apache here, or HTTPD, if you know. Then we will install the PHP MySQL, because it is a needed program, we can say, which we will need. Now, as we have seen earlier, we need 5.7 or above, the PHP version, or 5.6 I remember, but it is not available in Yum in Amazon Linux 2. So Amazon has its own package management tool, as we have Yum for Reddit based systems, or DNF, or we can say apt-get in Ubuntu or Debian based systems. So we have this in Linux, which we can use to install some some packages which are not in Yum, which would be 7.3. We will be using 7.3. It's fine. Yes, we need to install, and once it's installed, we'll start our web server. Let's say enable HTTP now. So it is done now, and we'll go to the document root, which is www.html. Document root is basically the folder from where our web server reads the file. So we will install WordPress here. WordPress is basically collection of PHP files and some extra HTML CSS part. So we will get it from the official website of WordPress, and it would be of the latest version. It was the tar file, as far as I remember. Yes, so it is the latest version. I have tested this multiple times, this process. It is a very easy process. If you can just count it, you can just do it in 11 steps. You can host your own blogging site in just this steps. Yeah, so finally we have it. We will untar it, or we can say unzip it. uh, Latest, right? Yeah, so you can see it has just untar it, like unzip it, and there will be one folder WordPress. So let's get into it. We can say our WordPress is installed successfully and everything is done, but we will do something here which will allow us to connect with the backend, and then we will publish our first blog. But for that, let me just take backup of one file which is very important. We will back up this file because um, this config file, in some future steps you will need it, and let's say if by chance you have edited and it is mistaken, then it is you need to relaunch the instance, and or sometimes you need to delete the WordPress folder and again unzip it, but we will avoid this situation, so it is better to take the backup. Now that's it, we are done. We will take the instance DNS name, or you can say the FQDN. It is not actually an FQDN, but you can call it, is fine to put. Now we'll go to the WordPress folder. Like we are traversing it, we have an admin folder. Oh, sorry, admin, and in here we have set up config, if I am not wrong. Yeah, so if you see this, that means your WordPress is successfully installed and there's no issue in it, like there's nothing wrong in it. Now go further, and as I told you, you need to remember the database name, so you need to use this database name. We remember that we used admin, then our password, my password was this one, I guess. Yes, then the database host, where is our database? So we will take the is it up right now? Yeah, it is up. So now it is up. Yeah, it is working fine. We will take this is the endpoint of our database, and if you remember, we have selected it private, right? So no one from outside, like no one from internet can connect to it, so it is a secure, we can say it is a secure backend. And just let me confirm that it is started or not, because it is still backing up. If it is not started, then it won't work perfectly. So yes, this is our password, right? We have entered it correctly. Yeah, it's fine. Let's go ahead, let's submit it and see what comes. So yeah, everything is fine, everything is successful. Now you remember that I told you we need that config file. So what it is that we are unable to write to this file, so please create a file and copy these things. So we will copy this whole thing, and okay, so we have a problem, we cannot copy to it. Now it's not that big issue. We'll use petty. This is the IP, this is the key which we used. Oh, come on, what? It takes some time to upload. Yeah, then we'll log in as EC2 user. We will then become root. Yep, we will go to the document root and the folder where WordPress is, and here we will make a file which is the config file. We will use the same this file to make that file. It is moving, like it is kind of renaming it. It is not actually renaming, but you can think like I am renaming the sample to config. And we will there will be the same detail which was in the wp config sample. If I can show you, if you want to see what content is there in this file. So this is the content, but we need to replace it, right? So what we will do, we will first give just a blank line. It will overwrite this file, and now we will go inside it and we will paste the whole data which we got from here. So again, let me copy the whole data, copy, go to the system, insert is on, yes, everything is fine, save it, and done. So everything is done, and now let me go run the install. Yes, so if you see this page now, you are surely confirmed that your front end has connected to backend successfully. So set the title, let's say my name, username, you can set anything, password you can set anything. So you are actually creating a user in itself. Your email, that's fine. Okay, it's fine. Install WordPress. Okay, then login, user, password which we set just now, and yeah, this is successful. This is your you can say your WordPress has successfully started. And let's check it in incognito, like as a client. This is a very good thing to test it as a client, you can say. Yeah, so this is a public website right now. If somebody just hit on this, obviously nobody would hit on this, nobody know this name, but if it would be hit, it would see this same website. Now you can, if you know WordPress how to handle it, you can easily create your pages from, I think so, from here, pages, and yeah, these are the sample pages. You can add, you can do all the stuff you want to set up for a blogging website. You can even use some plugins. By plugins you can make WordPress as a fully functional website, I can say. Like, it is very good. Like, WordPress is good for people who are totally into blogging and does not want to waste time for setting up the server somewhere. So this is a very easy trick you can use. It took just few steps. If you count, it is like 10 to 11 steps to do it, and you can set this up. Yeah, there are some security measures you need to take it, but if you want that you need it, then ping me. Like, I will be leaving my LinkedIn link below. You can connect to me. I'll tell you if you want to implement some more security measures in it. But for now, this much is fine and good. Now let's destroy it, because you already know my passwords and it's not a good practice, but it's fine to demonstrate, right? So you can just go to delete, you untick it, you acknowledge it, type delete me, and delete. Similarly, we will also this is, will terminate the instance. So my website is down right now, like it is removed fully. Yeah, so that's it. And if you like it, then please share with someone who really needs it. And in future I will make some videos using Terraform or Ansible to automate such kind of thing, so that you don't even need to care about it, but you should have an account on it, obviously. And in this video I use free tier, but if you have a greater users, you can go with the paid versions. And if I'll tell you frankly, AWS is not that expensive to use. It is very cheap to use. And I would like to also introduce you to a cloud. Like, I am very it is it is a happy moment that even India is moving in this notion of making things like make in India kind of thing. And this is, you know, a best example of that. Yeah, now this is Microsoft is the Indian version of cloud, and it is a very good and very easy and um, you can say good to use platform. It is not you can just come up to it, you can test it, and that's it. Like, I am not promoting anything, I just want to share because it is good to use our products and develop something for it, right? So that's it, and thank you, and have